video, we are going to learn 5 very common mistakes that patients do when they are trying to start or do their Kegel exercises. Let's begin. Hi, I'm Dr. Amruta Inamdar. I'm a pelvic floor rehabilitation specialist, and in today's video, I'm going to elaborate more about what common mistakes do happen, and I've come up with 5 very common mistakes that happen when patients are starting or trying to do their Kegels to get their pelvic floor stronger. Let's begin. Okay, mistake number 1. Breathing with your accessory muscles just like this. Upper chest breathing is never going to help you gain your pelvic floor strengthening goals. You have to remember to breathe through your diaphragm, or as we call it, the belly breathing. Please refer to my earlier video that I have linked up here to learn exactly what to do to coordinate your breathing with your pelvic floor. Once you start doing adequate belly breathing and coordinating it with your pelvic floor, you will see beautiful results when you start doing Kegels. Mistake number 2. This is a big one. Overdoing Kegels. You have to remember that pelvic floor muscles are very tiny muscles. This is a close to life-size model of a pelvis, and you see all the pink part down here are your pelvic floor muscles. If you see inside, the pelvic floor actually looks like a bowl. But interestingly enough, the length of your pelvic floor muscles is not more than maybe 2 inches, right? So when you're trying to exercise, please do not do many Kegels at once. At the max, I would say 1 to 2 sets of 10, and then you must give rest to your pelvic floor muscles. If you don't, you're going to see increased signs of urinary incontinence and increased downward pressure, which is going to work against you strengthening your pelvic floor. Mistake number 3. Very commonly, when you're trying to practice Kegels, we start in standing position. A big mistake. We always have to start Kegels in the supine position, sometimes with a little pillow underneath your pelvis. This is going to help you strengthen your muscles without the effect of gravity. I suggest you start in supine, just like this, then sitting, just like this, and then proceed to standing, just like this. This sequencing is going to help you strengthen your pelvic floor safely and effectively and not get frustrated when you're trying to get the muscles stronger. Mistake number 4. Using accessory muscles or bigger muscles in order to get your pelvic floor stronger. Now if you observe in this video, you see the gluteus muscle or the butt muscle being used excessively instead of the pelvic floor. This is not going to work to make your pelvic floor stronger. Another very common muscle that's misused when you're trying to do Kegel exercises is your thigh muscle or your adductor muscle, just like this. So remember, when you have to do your pelvic floor strengthening, those muscles have to be used in isolation and not being masked by other muscles in your body. Last mistake, mistake number 5, is lack of persistence. Remember, Kegel strengthening or pelvic floor strengthening is more about training your brain to be aware of your pelvic floor, as many times there's a disconnect between your brain and your pelvic floor muscles. So, persistence is the key. You must do your pelvic floor strengthening routine each and every day. Although remember to do it in small chunks, as we call it, like snack bite size routine. Okay, so no too excessive strengthening, but strengthening in small chunks every day. That's the key to get a healthy pelvic floor. So there we are. Now you know the 5 most commonly made mistakes when you do Kegel strengthening exercises. Avoid those and make sure that your pelvic floor strengthening is flawless. This is Dr. Amruta Inamdar from Pelvic Rehab Doc. If you think you have liked this video and found this information useful, please don't hesitate to share this information with your friends. See you again next week, as we would be uploading new videos every week. Also, please don't forget to let me know what kind of content you would like me to create so that I'm able to help you regain your pelvic health in a more effective way. Remember, accurate knowledge is the key to regain your health.